everyone. Welcome to Let's Get Didactic. The episode is focusing on the 10-point literacy plan from the mayor's office, and we're going to have a real live, awesome exemplar of just like how to get it right, like how to lay that foundation of early literacy. We have a surprise for you. We have a very special guest, and her name is Naturi Naughton-Lewis. I know that's a long name, but
yes,
it's worth every minute.
You gave him my full government.
Yes,
my
full
goodness.
government.
Well,
this is so exciting.
Yes.
I am just, I don't know, almost giddy. That you just want to come here and talk about literacy and help us with some mothering and parenting and share with your busy schedule. We're going to talk about that. I don't even know how you're doing it, but we're going to talk about all of it. But I'm excited because I did a little research.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did a little research, and you have great roots here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first off, I'd be remiss. I can't not introduce my daughter, who's sitting right here, Zuri. Zuri, say hi to the people.
Hi.
And so my daughter, Zuri, she's 6 years old, and she's a passionate reader, so she's very excited to be in the source of knowledge with all the good energy and vibes
source
today,
of knowledge. Love
right here in Newark.
Yes.
And you know, this, like you said, is a second home to me.
Yes.
I grew up in East Orange, New Jersey.
Yes.
And I have a lot of roots in Newark. My career started pretty much here, and Jersey is what really helped support me, help my dreams come to fruition.
Yes.
My parents who are here today, my husband is here, my little baby. So it's amazing because coming back home just really lets me know I've come so far. Mm-hmm. But also it's an inspiration to those who dream to be in my profession, or those who say, you know, I want to be like Naturi Naughton, or, you know, I want to have a career in this business. But reading and supporting our community is something that's important to me. So shout out to East Orange, shout out to Newark, New Jersey, born and raised, and ever since I was little, I have to say, Lucy Brown supported me. Yes. I used to sing at all the politicians' events. You know, for the mayor of Newark at that time. I was a local talent. Yes. So for me, as a 9-10-year-old, singing all around these streets and being able to get a record deal and 3LW, and my career has since grown, is a real blessing. So I feel proud and honored to be back home.
Well, we feel proud because we feel like you're homegrown, right?
Oh, absolutely, I am.
And we sat in some similar seats. I mean, I saw you went to Seton Hall University.
I'm
a part of it too.
Oh, you are? Okay. Yes, SHU.
Yes. I might have sat in a seat before you sat in a seat. You know, we won't talk about age, but
leave that part out.
Yes.
And I went to school for political science. I thought about being a lawyer, actually. Yeah, at Seton Hall. I was studying poli-sci, minored in psychology. I wanted to just, you know, really do something totally different than the arts. Right. But my true purpose and passion just kept calling me back, and I wound up getting an audition to be on Broadway in Hairspray, and the rest is history.
Yes, I mean, it was a beautiful history. I mean, you've done everything. I mean, songwriter.
Not everything. I'm still working on a lot of things, but thank you.
Yes, but just very multi-talented. And so I'm just really excited.
I'm blessed to have, you know, family that believed in me, you know, to be supported, just like for my daughter and now my son. It's important to say that it is possible. Yes. It's important to let, you know, young people know, oh yes, your dreams. I mean, surrounded by all these books right now. Yes. Even for me, I didn't have all this as a kid.
Neither did I, absolutely.
This is like, I called it Black Book Heaven. Because it really feels like a dream come true, but it lets you know when you see yourself on these pages. Yes. And even for me as an actress, when I saw myself on screen, I knew it was possible.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to talk about. I mean, that's a perfect segue. I mean, the 10-point literacy plan is really the mayor addressing, just really having an aha moment, if we want to be honest about the literacy scores. And literacy was already a platform for the mayor. It's one of his 3 priorities. One is literacy, another is equity, right? And the third one is how are we making policies that impact people? And when we saw the literacy scores, and I say our mayor is about it, right? Because it wasn't pretty, but wasn't afraid to put the people in the room to address it, right? And
You
that
had
is,
to.
to me, true leadership.
Of course.
And I want to talk
Shout out to the mayor for that.
Yeah, shout out to the mayor for his 10-point literacy
Yes.
plan. Shout out to him. Part of it is broken up in 3, like what schools should do, what the community can do. But I think you're here today because even though you have this vast experience, I want to tap into your parenting. Yes, I mean, I want to tap into that. I mean, because I'm absolutely amazed
Yeah,
that,
I just saw your little baby back there. Congratulations.
Shout out to Aida, Zuri. Our babies have similar
I know,
names.
Zuri and Zuri.
Sorry.
So
We're
cute.
having a moment. Just come on in with us. We're having a
Yes.
moment. But help me out, right? You know, new mom, right? And so I'm leaning on this to help everybody, but also for me.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Like, how do you navigate all that you have to do? I mean, motherhood. I want to give a shout out to mothers.
Amen.
Fathers, you're in the house. Woo-woo.
Yes, yes.
It's
Woo,
almost,
woo.
June come. I'm going to give you an extra shout
Yes,
out.
for the daddies.
But I'm navigating your career, motherhood, and setting a good foundation for literacy. How do you do it?
Well, I mean, I think it first starts with your support system,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You
yes.
cannot do all of what I do without an amazing support system.
Yes.
So we talk about parenting.
Yeah.
I also had great parents
Yeah,
and have
great
great parents. Parenting really does start with how you were parented. And a lot of times you learn from that.
Right.
So I had a great example, speaking of motherhood. My mother, who is here, has been an amazing example to me. And
Yes.
that's how you learn, truly.
Yes.
How to mother, how
Yes.
to nurture, how
Yes.
to love, how to cook, and make mistakes.
Right.
I mean, just the little things. So mothering for me, even though it is challenging at times, being an actress, a singer, being, on stage and all that, but also, having a great partner. My
Yes.
husband is an amazing partner, and I couldn't do any of this. Like even getting here today, it's like I can't get out
Shout
the
out
house.
to the fathers.
Yes, it's really no joke. Shout out to
Yes.
my husband.
Right.
But it is hard, and I want to be honest because a lot of times people think motherhood is just like, oh, you're having a baby. I have a 5-month-old
Wow.
and managing that and getting Zuri, a
Children,
6-year-old, and it can be challenging, and you have to be honest about that. I think sometimes I just have to take a moment and woosah, have a
Yes.
moment of prayer.
Yes.
Because it does get overwhelming,
Yes.
and I do feel sometimes like I can never catch up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
yes, I do.
so but at the end of the day, I think you do just make a choice to say, you know what, I'm in this. I know that God, gave me the strength, and that's really what it takes. And making sure that you just remember to pace yourself.
That's right.
Because even when I make mistakes as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, and in every area I make mistakes, but I do want to do better. So
Yes.
if I want to make it right and do better, I will do better, and I will make it right.
Well, I'm going to translate that. That's some good grace. Like, so all the parents out there, give yourself some grace.
Give yourself grace.
Some grace. You can start all over the next day or the next second and be better. So thank you for that, because sometimes that takes away the pressure when we talk about maternal.
Being perfect.
Yes, that maternal health stuff that
Yeah,
Black and brown
that's so
women are
true.
struggling. Part of that is stress.
Ooh.
And I think a good ability to remove stress is some grace.
And I had a great Black female doctor
Yes.
in my birth experience, which was challenging, but if I didn't have a woman, a Black woman who listened, who understood, who supported, my doula, those are things that a lot of times we don't even know. When I was first pregnant with Zuri, I didn't know what a doula was.
Right. Neither did I. Right.
And these are things that you don't realize, in the Black maternity health, the conversation is changing, and the narrative is now showing how a lot of doctors in some areas, they don't listen to us.
Yes, right.
And when we say we're in pain, it's like, oh, you'll be fine,
Right.
get over it.
Right.
We need to be heard
Absolutely.
and supported, and having that, team around you, like a great doctor, like a great doula, or your support system. It does make a difference in Black maternal health, and too many of us are getting, problems postpartum,
Yes.
having birth
Postpartum
issues,
bleeding,
I mean,
stuff like that.
it's no joke. So
Yeah, right.
thank God I had a great support system.
And just to kind of segue, that's point 6 of the 10-point literacy plan. Get quality prenatal care.
Amen.
And read to the unborn child at the first 18 weeks.
Oh yes,
baby
I
can
was reading.
hear.
I was reading to Zuri in
Yes,
the womb.
in the womb.
Yes, that's why she came out as a reader.
Yes, that's
She
what
was
we
like,
talk-
"Got blah 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 blah." Then da. And I was like, what? You're
Right,
reading books
exactly.
already.
But that's a new thinking. I mean, people didn't know about it. People said talk to your child, but we didn't know to read, right? Right. And so just laying that foundation of early literacy. I want to shout out the Cradle Project, which is also something we're about to do. Is a conference to support early literacy and women's health. It's coming in December 21st. So that was a perfect segue. Yes. So let's get the meat, because it's so hard and you want to do everything right. You give yourself grace, but first, what to do, right? And give me some tools, some strategies. How can we just be better as parents and laying the foundation for literacy? Why don't you just share some of the things that you've done?
Okay. Better as parents, and particularly with literacy, for me, reading from the very beginning.
Yes.
I mean, people think, oh, they don't understand what you're saying. Even now with my son, like I said, he's in 5 months. He's very new to the world.
Yes.
But he's already talking.
Yes.
Trying to put words together, right, Zuri? He was saying, what did he say?
He was saying Dada.
Yes, I tried to get him to say Mama.
Come on, that
people.
Comes late. That comes late.
Mama is always second in line, but it's okay.
Well, I was.
Because I can't make the ma.
Yes, thank you. Right,
See,
she's talking about phonetics. Let's go.
I told you.
Let's go. Signs of reading. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
So these are all things that you do for our home. We read a lot.
Yes.
We talk a lot, and giving them the space to just explore. Exploration, science projects Zuri's doing, different things. Where she's reading instructions, reading a book, reading on a billboard. Wherever we go, she's reading.
Yes.
And that's something that I think I always encouraged. So I would encourage you all at home to do that. And never think it's too early to read to your children or child. It's never too early. And make it fun.
Yes.
If you can, find, not just in books, there's different ways that children learn. Whether it be flashcards or a fun game or board games or just anything that can make it fun and the experience is memorable, it'll stick, and eventually you'll have an awesome reader.
And I'm sure with your wonderful singing voice, you did some music in there, some songs, some singing in there. Yes.
Lullaby. It's funny, I have a special song that my mother sang to me that I sing to Zuri.
I love it.
And it's our nighttime good night song.
Oh.
And it's our song, Zuri. Yes. So this is something that it helps. Also, music is a great teacher.
Yes.
I have, lullabies. Even as I went viral on Essence because I was breastfeeding my son True, and also singing to him. And sometimes that soothes me because breastfeeding is really hard.
Right.
And I'm still
Let's talk
doing
about
it.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you. It's not easy. And to produce and make sure you have not only responsible for life on the inside, when the life comes into world, you're still responsible to make sure that they can, be fed in the way that, you aim to do, which is through breastfeeding. So singing, music, all those things do help for children to learn sounds and rhythm and all that. So just infusing, your culture.
That's right.
Whether you speak Spanish, whether you speak French.
That's right.
Whatever your background is, mix it up and teach your children language.
Right.
Zuri's, Mandarin as well.
Okay, we gotta get Mandarin. Yes.
I gave her that idea.
Oh, you gave her that idea.
She's actually learning Spanish right now in an immersive school. So Zuri loves language. And the other thing about reading is connecting it to language.
Yes.
Because it's very rhythmic in certain languages. If you have the musicality of it, you can do it. So I think language does help with their reading. And it's important.
I want to talk about that immersive culture. I mean, I think that vocabulary is so important for our young people, and not being afraid of rigor. Sometimes we think young people can't get it. That's not true. Actually, their brains are sponges, right?
Absolutely.
The earlier the
better.
So from prenatal to third grade, we're teaching children how to read. And actually, they need to master it then, because from fourth grade up, they are using reading as a tool to access the curriculum. So it's so important that you lay that important foundation for reading, because it makes life a little easier.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way that I read as a child and could read even into my teen years helped me be an artist. A lot of people thought, oh, you're a celebrity, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to be educated. Absolutely not. I was a straight A student. I went to Seton Hall University. I was on the dean's list every year. I made sure, and my family and my parents instilled the importance of education first. So, and that's what I'm instilling in Zuri and Will with True, because reading is really the gateway to all of your dreams and all of your hopes and everything you aspire to do. Because if you can't read your contract, if I can't read my contracts, guess what?
Right.
I'm going to get taken advantage of.
Right. And let's talk about that, because everybody want to be an actress, everybody want to be a star, and those are wonderful, wonderful things. But I don't think people know, even as an actress, especially on Broadway, like how much reading right, is involved in preparation and memorization.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you guys do it?
Memorization
I can't remember where my keys are, right? And you scripts about scripts.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's funny. I was just talking to Zuri because she has an excellent memory. She's Annie in her school play.
Congratulations.
Annie.
Oh, yes. And the curls to match. Yes, Annie. Yes.
Oh, yes. Looking like the real Annie.
And looking like the real Annie, yes.
So, but her memory is
excellent,
incredible.
Absolutely.
And I have the same thing, so I think I might have passed that down.
No, it's a thing.
It is a thing, and my memory is exercised.
I don't really have a big memory.
I have an excellent memory, so
I have the better memory.
but I will say my memory is exercised by words, reading, you know, things like that. It does help, and I think it helps with her too. But with scripts in particular, people used to be like, how do you remember all these lines?
Right,
it's like
absolutely.
so much. And repetition is the mother of learning.
Yes.
Like once you repeat something, if I read something like a few times, I kind of got it. So I definitely think as you repeat things, as you practice makes perfect, right? And you just keep. That is true. Nothing is perfect, but practice makes you better. Okay.
Okay, that's good, because you know what, two things I want to, because you said repetition is good. It takes 28 encounters with a word for it to be cemented in your memory. And so when we doing our flashcards and reading the books over to kids, it's okay, let it cement. So I think that what you're saying is such an important educational strategy that I want to highlight that. And then I want to highlight something that you just said at the last part.
About memory and repetition and practice.
You said something perfect.
Oh yeah.
Can we let's talk about perfection. It's impossible. We're not perfect beings. We're not going to be perfect parents.
What she was reminding me
that goes back to that grace. However, as we learn its information implementation, that is the beauty that we can implement. And sometimes it's hard to implement everything that you hear, but we're hoping that the 10-point literacy plan is something that people say, hey, it's just 10 points. Let me implement the 10 points. You know what I mean? You know, it's not that much, right? Because it's probably 100 strategies, right? But at least 10. So you're hitting some key points that educators could definitely use. And the last thing I want to talk about is that immersive school. Immersion is the best way to learn language, right? And so if you want young people to cement that vocabulary, use it.
Yeah.
My mother gave me my first vocabulary words. Flamboyant, banal. We had to study the dictionary.
That's what my dad was. I had a word a day.
Yes, we studied the dictionary.
No joke. I'd come home and be like,
that's what I'm saying.
What does this word mean?
We had parent homework.
Oh,
right,
even when you don't have homework, we called it no homework work.
Oh, okay.
In my household. And Zuri, you know, she's in first grade. She doesn't always have homework. She just started to get homework. But we do activities and things anyway.
Absolutely.
You have to stay exercising that brain, or else it'll just.
And your work might be more lasting, because I've gotten a lot of work in my time. But what my mother gave me, I remember. So I think it's that connection and that bonding. And I don't want to underestimate. Early literacy is so important, but all that other stuff is bonding, right? When you're reading to the unborn child, breastfeeding, we can't underestimate the commitment. First of all, thank you for that honesty, the honest commitment about breastfeeding. But if you're doing it, what it does to the child's brain.
It's so healthy.
Right? And
their immune system later
their
in
immune
life.
system, because they're leaning on your immune system. So eat right, though.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
We have to establish things that Newark is in a food desert, right? So it's important for us to search out and be intentional about the foods that we eat and understand that our nutrition is the baby's nutrition.
Absolutely.
Actually, the baby is fed first.
Well, that's why we often feel depleted after breastfeeding. I'm exhausted.
Yes.
You're very tired, and everything you consume, eating those calories and that good fat and all the nutrition goes into the baby.
Yeah, my doctor said you need more fat in your diet. I said, where am I?
Yeah,
right? Whoever
me too.
says that, and I'm like, okay. So you talked about some wonderful strategies, and I want us to get back to the strategies. Is there anything else you leaned on in the community? For support for these strategies?
You know, as far as reading per se, or just in general?
In general.
Oh, yeah. Leaning on my community was everything. So it really, I have to say, it started for me with church.
Yes.
You know, my community and what the church did for me is huge. I wouldn't know half of the people I learned about in Newark and East Orange or the Oranges if I didn't start singing in church. So my church community, New Hope Baptist Church, I was just getting ready to say, in East Orange.
Yes.
So New Hope was really what first gave me my first platform to even sing.
Come on.
And then what, you know, if it was somebody who heard me in the choir, said, hey, we want you to sing at this person's inauguration, or turn around, sorry. And, you know, different things like that. So it definitely... the community starts with, you know, where you are, the people that are around you that say, good job, you can do it.
That's right.
We love to hear you sing.
The church.
All that. So the church is where it started. Then my political community, you know, people in, like I said, Newark and, you know, Lucy and different people from really the political background gave me an opportunity to be the anthem girl. I was the national
That's
anthem
a lot of good
singer,
practice, right? Yes.
And I actually wound up getting discovered because I sang the national anthem for the New Jersey Nets.
Wow.
So I was singing all over Jersey, but it was the New Jersey Nets that had me sing the anthem before they were the Brooklyn Nets people. They took them from Jersey. Right. For those who don't know, they used to be the New Jersey Nets.
Yes.
And I sang the national anthem, and ever since then, it was like, okay, someone heard me sing and they asked me to audition for a group called 3LW. You know, but my community supported me even through the bad times when 3LW didn't work out.
Yes.
My community supported me and said, you're going to get back on your feet. So every time I went through the ebbs and flows of this business, I had my community right here in Jersey, right here in Newark, right here in East Orange, and all around saying that we love you, we honor you, we support you, and you're going to be all right. And that's really, I think, how I made it.
And I think that community is invaluable.
Also, I just want to shout out to just journalists, too, and people who write about you.
Yeah.
Because what is written is very important.
Yeah.
And we often don't. The Star Ledger used to always do stories about me.
The Star Ledger.
They came and covered my whole family and came to my home. Back in the day, I think I was doing the movie Fame, the remake of Fame. I played Irene Cara. They did a huge piece, or NewJersey.com, or whatever it was. It was so many different people. Even Al Bundy, an old friend of mine who supported me right here in Newark.
Yes.
I had so many people writing about my talent and also my influence. And sometimes, you know, that also is important. Not just people saying it, people backing it up with words and actions. Not just, oh yeah, we got you next time. No, people actually paid me to sing right here. When I was little, I was making like $100 a song.
Come on now.
And I felt like I was rich. Okay?
Yeah, no, you were. You were.
I have more than $100.
I know you do.
But
She's saving her money.
But this is a new generation.
Oh yeah,
back
she's
in the
got
day,
$114. She told me the other day.
No,
But
100, yeah.
114. That's what she said.
No.
She's counting her money.
Counting her money.
But I at that time, it was a big deal to be paid as a 8 or 9 year old.
Yes.
Then that's another way that you support. Put your money where your mouth is.
That's
people
right. That's right.
In your community, people
support
say,
the talent.
Yes. Don't just say I'm supporting you with just words. Support people with backing it up with actions. Sometimes with funding, with money. Sometimes it's with taking the meeting, following through, writing about it, spreading the word, selling the tickets, whatever it is, it's partially the action, not just the words.
And getting young people involved.
Absolutely.
And I think that is the, even like when you told me you're in Annie, just getting her on the stage and getting involved.
Yeah, it's very important.
I want to meet your daughter a little bit.
Yes. Let's
so
get
how
her
are
included.
You?
How are you, Zuri, she said?
Good.
You're good. I'm so happy that you are on Let's Get Didactic, and I heard so many wonderful things about her. She is a reader.
Yes.
Oh, she did the wave. So I'm not going to, she's a little shy, so I'm going to talk to you about a little thing.
I'm not shy.
She can read. She knows different languages. And you just found out that she's starring in Annie. She's walking in her mother's footsteps. I see it happening already. And guess what? It was here first. Yes. Let's get didactic. Let's talk about why you love reading.
I like the pictures and stuff.
Yes.
What did you tell Mommy about the words? What did you tell me why you love What do you like?
Well, you can tell
reading?
all of
tell
us.
Everybody.
Come on, tell us all.
I like the long words.
Oh, you like
okay,
long
I
words.
like long. See, we build that confidence, right? That she likes long words and not afraid of long words.
Yeah. How do you break those down? They don't scare you, Zuri?
So like if there's a long word, you just put your finger here and then you find the word what it is.
Yes.
Like the small word, she takes her finger. Well, that's something we do. She'll take the smaller word and then add on what she can sound out.
Yes.
It's a big word.
Yes. And so, do you have a favorite book?
Not really.
Not really. You like them all?
I have too much books.
Too many books.
Too many.
That is a good problem. Yes.
Yeah, she has a lot of. What did you bring today?
I brought I Love Being Me, and I brought an Encanto book.
Oh,
She likes Encanto.
yes, Encanto
Yes.
I
and
gave up on the Encanto.
She loves
I used
all
to
the.
love it.
She still she watched it religiously.
Yes.
I mean, oh my gosh.
yes, everybody has their favorite.
I know all the songs because of her.
Yes.
But yes, so yeah, she loves. But I'm trying to think, what is your favorite book? She reads so many books.
Yeah, like what is my favorite?
What is
I don't even know what is.
Yes. See,
Because you
reading
love
is
to
fun.
read. What's the one you're reading now, The Dog Man?
I got Dogman last week from the library from my school, and I got 2 Dogman books, English and Spanish.
And she went to the
And I
library.
got to the and then I went to the other library and got another Dogman book.
Okay, so let's talk about that because the library is important. We should have our own books, but the library is our books too. I mean, all we have to do is get a library card, and everyone should have a library card. And a little research, because I like a little research. They said a child that's raised in a book with 500 books or more is most likely going to go 3.2 more years of schooling.
Oh,
Just because they're raised in it big. So having too many books, that's a good problem. Yes.
And she loves going to the library.
Yes.
It's so funny.
And that's on the 10-point plan. So
Really?
yes,
Is it? Oh,
yes. So I mean, this is
We're
a
always in the
real life
library. Don't
example.
I have to.
Where's the library? Okay,
I want to hear. So we're waiting.
I will take her to the library. Yeah.
Okay. So she's already organizing her
We
trip to the
go
library.
every week, and she
Yes.
gets a bunch of books from the library by our house, and we get to check them out, and she takes them home. And sometimes we forget to take them back.
Yes.
So she has so many books from the library.
Well, don't worry. I think libraries have a new thing. There's no more fees. Oh, thank goodness.
Really?
Yes. It's supposed to be a no fee there.
But we try to always
especially
bring it
in
back.
Newark. It's a no fee because we want you to come
wow.
back. But also come to places like Source of Knowledge. That's where we are right now with all these wonderful
I mean,
books and
this is
selections.
heaven. There is
Yes.
so many amazing books in here.
Yes. So
Zuri was pointing out the ones that she wants already.
Already,
I
so-
think we're gonna come out with a big bag of books when
Yes.
we leave here. So
yes. They
okay.
take debit and cash and
We
credit.
got you. Source of knowledge. We got
think I
did you
see
bring
5.
some money?
I see 5 books I like.
Uh-oh. We got
Yes,
5
she's
books.
already
So
started.
Oh no, never mind, 6.
6. Well, we act the same way.
I mean, no, 7.
No,
Let her finish
every
it.
young person in here does the same thing. So even my young little one has many books that's from these shelves. I mean, I just want to say we're trying to change the trajectory, and so I want you to think about something that we can do to change the trajectory. But while you're thinking about that, we're going to have her read something for us.
yes,
Would
she's
you
been
like
waiting.
that? Would you like
She's been
that?
waiting
Come
patiently.
on, let's give it up for her as she reads. All right, so she's going to pick her
Smile.
book.
You-
All right, yes, she's excited.
Which one?
All right,
did
so
you
let's
read
pick a
this one?
book.
Yeah, I read this one side up. Okay.
Do you feel like
You gonna read that to
some of
us?
Let me
this?
see if I feel like reading it.
Which
Okay.
one?
Let me see.
Come on, she has
Okay,
to
you
have
got-
agency. That's
she does,
important.
she
They
does.
pick out their own
You want
books.
to read the one you brought? love being me. Okay.
Okay.
It was right there. Did someone move it?
That one.
Okay. This was a smaller book.
Oh, that's perfect.
But she can. Okay. Can
we
you
show
guys
the,
see that? Let's show the audience. You got to do it like you.
I actually have this book.
Sure,
We
yes,
have this
instead of
book,
sure.
Aida. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes, yes.
She's been read this, but we figured something simple, and she wanted to pick this. Go ahead, show
ready?
everybody. What's it called?
It's called I Love Being Me.
And speak up. Good. I love being me. All right, put it down so everybody can see. Wait. Is that the first page?
Yeah, that's the first page.
Okay, perfect.
I love being me. I love my nose. I love my toes. I love to spin. I love my brown skin. I love being me. I love to smile. I love to run a mile. I love to wash my hair. I love going to the fair. I love being me. I love my eyes. I love a big surprise. I love to knit. I love my baseball mitt.
Yes.
I love being me. I love to dream. I love my soccer team. I love birds. I love new words. Sat, mat, hat, cat. I love being me. I love to cook. I love to read a book. Wait, do you see that book?
Oh, I have happy hair too. Yes, happy hair is in it. Yes.
That's so cool.
I love to write. I love to fly a kite. I love being me. I love to plant flowers. I love April showers. I love school. I love swimming in the pool.
She does.
I actually do. I love being me. I love bugs. I love my grandma's hugs. I love socks. I love my locks. What do you love about being you?
Oh, that's
Very good,
beautiful. Thank you.
Good job.
Oh, why am I clapping?
Yes, because you're happy too.
You can clap for yourself.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know why I was clapping.
I love it. You gotta celebrate yourself. So I think that this is so perfect, and we actually didn't read that book, but now I'm so committed to reading. We have it, but we didn't read it
this
yet.
has been great. Just even loving herself, and she chose this because it's for who's listening.
That's right.
I love being me is
I
the
love
first
being
lesson
me.
that you should learn
Come
about
on.
yourself. Right?
I love it.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, sweetie
You can say
pie.
thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're rounding
I
up.
forgot what I was about to say for a second.
Oh, okay.
let
You have to
Dr.
say
Brown.
something else?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's just
Well, if
thinking.
you think about something, you come on and tell me. All right, so we're going to close out, but we're not just trying to fix literacy scores.
Yeah.
That is a byproduct. It's something bigger. It's about valuing education. It's about putting literacy first. It's about bonding with your children.
Yes.
Give us something that you think might just, we're hoping the 10-point plan changes the trajectory, but give us something that you think they're just going to change
1 second.
out where we are as a community, especially with literacy. Just give us something. Anything you want to, any last minute comments?
Oh, wow. Anything else that I could just advise or give everyone as far as our literacy? It's not just about scores. It's about the confidence of our children.
Yes, yes.
You know,
yes.
when you know how to read,
Yes.
you are confident. And think about the history of how we were kept from
Yes,
knowing
yes.
how to read.
Yes, fine.
So if you really think about the history, particularly as Black and brown people, not being able to read was a weapon.
Yes, right. Yes.
It was used against us. You
Yeah.
don't know how to read. You can't write. You can't buy this house. You can't go to school. You can't,
Yes.
run your own business. If you can't read, you are at a disadvantage in this country.
That's right.
When you can read, you are confident, you are empowered,
Yes.
and you are able to do anything, literally. And
Yeah.
that is why it was so dangerous
That's right.
to allow Black and brown people to learn to read. So the first thing we have to remember is the history of how we fought so hard
That's right.
for the right to be educated.
That's right.
And don't take that for granted. And I tell Zuri that all the time. Don't take for granted that you read so well. Don't take for granted that you're in an immersive school. Don't take it for granted.
That's right.
So reading, if you just remind your children that we were once not able to read.
That's right.
And now that we can, we have to remember how powerful that tool is.
Yes, yes. Reading is power.
Amen.
I
Not
am
intended. A little
yes,
power,
the
a little power
yes.
never hurt anybody.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You tapped to the touch. No, okay. I'm sorry. I am just saying that I enjoy myself so much. Didn't you all enjoy yourself?
Yes,
This
didn't you
is
enjoy
so
yourself?
wonderful.
That was nice. Thank you so much.
Why am I clapping again?
Yes, because everybody
you
feels
sang-
good.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
So thank you for coming. Thank you
course, and
for
thank you,
remembering your
thank you for
roots,
having us.
your roots, and thank you for just sharing everything that you're
course.
doing in your family. And
This is
I
very
wish you so much success. I mean, so many things that you're doing that we didn't even talk about. You're starting to produce and do some great things,
Thank
and
you,
you're
yes.
taking your journey even further. And,
Oh yeah,
and,
we'll do a part 2.
yes,
talk
we'll
about all
do a
that.
part
Right now,
2.
my job is mothering,
Mothering
Yes.
is the priority.
and
Now
that's
you
the
heard
most
it first.
important job I've ever had.
Come on, you heard it first, that even those with great careers, parenting and family is number one. That's a wonderful note to end
Yeah.
on. I'm not even going to try to fake
I
that.
know
That's it right there.
And
You
thank
dropped the
for
mic.
doing this, and thank you for having
No
me
problem.
and my daughter, and just celebrating me and being from here. Thank you to Lucy for putting this together.
Yes.
Thank you to the Source of Knowledge for this
Yes.
awesome location.
Yes.
I feel so warm and good. And
Yes.
it's just beautiful in here.
Yes.
And to my family, just thank you. And thank you,
Yes.
Zuri. Thank
Yes.
you for
Thank you
doing
for
such a good
reading to
job.
us. You did an awesome
Wait till
job.
the video's over already?
Yes.
Why, video? Why?
That's a good segue. Come and continue listening to Let's Get Didactic.
Thank you.
More episodes to come.
Thank you.